speaking of tits, so there's a new season of Love on the Spectrum.
Oh, that's exciting.
I
didn't know you were a Love on the Spectrum guy.
I'm not a Love on the Spectrum guy.
Are you sure?
Oh,
Are you sure you're not in love on the spectrum right now?
I am 100% not.
If I asked your girlfriend if you were Love on the Spectrum, would she tell me you were not Love on the Spectrum?
I was not Love on the Spectrum at all, dude.
You don't think you're on the spectrum?
I'm not on the spectrum.
Or do you not love?
I think it's, you know what it is? So the more I watch it, we watched the first season, or the second season. This is the third something.
Where is it?
I don't know.
Because the first season was Australia.
Oh, no, they still have Australian people like in control, but this is all American boys and girls.
Yeah.
So
the real autists.
Yeah, dude. Well, there was one chick, and again, I made the joke, and then like, you know, you're watching people find love. You know, you're like, or really trying, and that's what this is what pisses me off.
Yeah,
and it pisses me off on at myself.
Yeah, because finding love is a very uncomfortable, awkward, vulnerable situation.
Very much so.
Everybody feels slightly autistic.
Very
finding love.
And this is cranked up to 11 with the knob ripped off.
Yeah,
and so we're watching, and you know, like, well, she's like, I came home. And it was on TV, and I was like, there's a new season. She's like, oh, my God, I just love it. You know, she's like, and I get where she's coming from. Mm-hmm. Alex loves this show because if you look at the state of the world and you're being bombarded with wild facts and terrible news constantly, and even reality shows and TV shows and movies are all like in this such a dramatic, chaotic, borderline, like abrasive, like they have all these like sharp edges, and then you put on Love on the Spectrum and you're watching borderline purity. You're watching people navigate the slings and arrows the best way they know how into like you said, a vulnerable, disarming, anxiety-riddled situation, and they're doing it the best way they know how.
Yeah, it almost feels like blowing bubbles. Like
Bubbles was on the first season.
Well, obviously. Obviously.
Bubbles got blown, dude.
But you know, like the drama of blowing bubbles, at most a bubble pops, but it's also exciting when that happens.
Exactly. And you're watching pure excitement. And here's what really pisses me off is I find myself getting angry because I hate adult innocence.
Yeah.
And I don't want to.
Okay.
I don't want to. Like, I'm not shitting on any of these people. I think it's incredible what they're doing, and I'm never going to be like, no, this shouldn't happen. I'm never going to damn them or condemn them for what the fuck they're doing. However, when I watch people who are adults really enjoying the simple things in life, it pisses me off. And I don't want to do that.
So I hear what you're saying, right? And 100% I believe you. However, I feel like adult innocence is kind of getting a bad rep here because did you walk into the room angry? Or did you walk into the room not angry, saw adult innocence, and then got angry?
I mean, I was always kind of angry. I idle at kind of mad all the time.
You're just burning gas at kind of mad.
I'm always kind of pissed
and
off
like sometimes
all the time.
You sometimes rev it in park.
Dude, there are things that piss me off, and I was trying to explain the other night. Again, I guess this is like a borderline spectrum-y thing. But it's because I'm not autistic. I'm able to like reel it back. I think, and again, I don't know a lot about autism. I would never even say that I do. But like when you see someone who is letting the wheels come off of their like thought and emotion, and they're living directly in the moment, you're like, man, I wish I was that free to do that. But like I then reel myself back in, and I think that's why I get so angry. But the other night coming home from that show, I remember I bought a bag of peanut M&Ms.
Yeah.
Love peanut M&Ms. Best M&M. And I started eating them, and I was like, Alex is looking at me. She's like, "What's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
And I go, "You know what really fucking makes me angry? Every time you see a fucking M&M commercial, the plain M&M is acting so much superior to the peanut M&M when everyone knows peanut M&Ms are the superior M&M. Whoa. Everybody knows that.
But you don't think that the peanut M&M had to get, cosmetic surgery in order to be accepted? They got a peanut implant. That's crazy.
No, he was born with the nut inside of him.
No way. No way.
They had the plain M&Ms and they were like,
how do you even make what two M&Ms come together to make a peanut M&M? It's not possible.
The green and the blue.
No, it's not happening. You have a plain M&M, you have a peanut butter M&M. They come together. They don't make a peanut M&M.
Peanut M&M.
Where do peanut M&Ms come from?
From
they're not natural.
From ingenuity.
They get a peanut implant.
So that's what I'm saying is,
they need technology to make peanut M&Ms.
This is like trans. This is CRISPR. No. This is because the plain M&M did not grow up and be like, you know what I want? Peanuts inside me. These peanut M&Ms were manufactured.
You don't think that's how the first peanut M&M came? You don't think the first peanut M&M was a trans M&M?
No, I do not.
Where do peanut M&Ms come from in the wild? How are they made?
What are you talking about? They're made in a lab. This is CRISPR. This is CRISPR, dude. This is genetic biohacking.
So it's GMO. Peanut M&Ms are GMO.
No, it's a test tube, baby.
They're like the opposite of those. Test tube. Like like some fruits don't have seeds anymore.
It's in vitro M&Ms.
They put the seeds back in M&Ms to make them feel like natural products.
Look, that's incidental.
Yeah,
everyone knows it's just peanut.
But you can't grow an M&M from a peanut M&M.
You can't grow an M&M naturally anyway. You can't grow an M&M naturally. There's no M&M plants. There are more peanut plants than there are M&M plants. In a way,
well, there are more Skittles plants than there are any of them. Taste the rainbow, my guy.
That's not real fruit. That's not real fruit.
You know exactly the commercial I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
There was a Skittles tree.
There was a dude. There was
shake that motherfucking tree. I just go, look, dude. If somebody had a yard full of Skittles trees,
that would be the most popular.
Dude, they would have to have the highest fence.
They would have to. Actually, they'd also have nothing but dead wildlife all around their fucking yard. Everything would die, dude.
Is wildlife black teens to
yes.
you? And put a Arizona iced tea fountain right outside the Skittles yard.
I don't know why I have so many black dead teens in my
They keep cutting through my yard.
It might be the Skittles tree.
It actually takes longer to get to their neighborhood through your yard, sir. Your yard is out of the way.
You're just trapping all you just have one of those big cages. I gotta return these.
That is black. That's black entrapment. That's black teen entrapment.
That is black teen.
A Skittles tree in your yard. Man. That's crazy.
I wonder if we could manufacture that just to do a social experiment to see how many people would steal from the Skittles tree.
You want to see how many boys it brings to the yard? You want to see. You want to see how many boys the Skittles tree brings to the yard.
When you see that those cameras where they have like the bucket that like has the drop. You have one that has the drop thing for the rats to go in.
Yeah.
And you would think after one rat sees it, they'd be like, "Whoa, what's this about?" But then just with a Skittles tree to see how many people keep going towards the Skittles tree, it would be a never-ending cycle. But either way, the love on the spectrum thing,
obviously. Damn, did we get on the spectrum a second ago? You tell me you're not love on the spectrum. We just went off on a Skittles tree.
First off, you brought up the Skittles tree trying to tell me M&Ms were trans.
You instantly mousetrapped it. No, dude. And you were collecting black people under a Skittles tree.
Collecting black people.
You are.
First off, I'm not saying. You got to catch them all. Black people are the Pokemon.
Dog.
I got to see how they evolve.
That is pretty wild. If black people were a Pokemon.
Oh, the evolution?
Dude, which ones would you collect? Like, because I have way too many Tiger Woods. I used to think Tiger Woods was way more valuable than it was. Like back in the day, you caught a Tiger Woods
de-evolving, dude.
Dude, the Tiger Woods Pokemon sucks now.
Yeah, dude, he's Tigger Woods dude, now. He's not Tiger anymore. He is downgraded to Tigger Woods, dude.
His accessory is a rolled SUV.
Yeah. His eyes just get more and more bloated as time goes on. It's like, what is happening to these Pokemon?
Dude, invaluable. You waste of time. All that time you spent collecting Tiger Woods back in the 90s.
You thought it was going to crush. Did you have so I remember when Tiger Woods burst onto the scene.
Mm-hmm.
And that was the first time, and I'm not saying they didn't exist.
Yeah.
That was the first time I saw golf trading cards.
Okay.
It was the first, and I was like, people are...
Who did them? I don't remember who did them.
It might have been Topps.
Okay.
It might have been, like, but I just remember, like, when someone had, you know, like, I was never a big trading card dude, but, like, people, like, I had them, but, like, people were like, oh, yeah, I got this rookie. It was like, also got this Tiger Woods. Fucking, I was like, what?
Yeah.
Who else? And I kept asking him, like, who else do they have on the cards? Like, there's got to be other golfers. Like, there's got to be, like, Jack Nicklaus and fucking Arnold Palmer or somebody. Like, dude, all they had was Tiger Woods cards. Dude, they just put him in basketball cards. It was just wild. He was just popping up,
like,
dude.
Holding a golf club, wearing basketball shorts.
He just
dunking a golf club.
No, he was dunking on the hole in the green, just
like sitting like Indian style.
It was crazy. Yeah. It was wild. I remember people like, "Yo, check this out," and that was like the first time too that I remember, like people, like, you know, I knew golf existed, but I never gave a shit. Like mini golf. I was like, yo, yeah, that's neat. But they're like, no, you got to see this guy.
Even people that do give a shit don't give a shit about golf.
I just don't look, and I'm not shitting on golf. I personally do not understand the enjoyment of golf. I guess
you got to play it.
Yeah.
If you don't play it, you can't enjoy watching it.
That's kind of like, but I have played at least. I played enough golf where
Whose metric are you going by to say you've played enough golf?
How much golf do you think is enough golf?
Well, I don't think you've played enough. I think you played too much. I think you played too much golf for you. I think that's what the answer
Wait,
is.
have you ever I mean, I played golf where, you know, I played mini golf and I played chip and putt. I've even played the golf. I played 18 holes of golf where you had to, like, you couldn't wear, like, jeans. Like, you had to wear like pants.
Do you think that's a part of golf?
Yeah, you have to dress. Dude, when you go to a place that has a dress code.
Okay, that's fair.
That's a like, I was like, oh, we're playing real golf.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh.
What did you wear?
I had a pair of khakis from.
You had a pair of flame retardant. You had some sort of.
I had a pair of
some
khakis.
sort of Carhartt pants.
Yeah, they're khaki colored. Actually, I just spray painted jeans. I was like, I'll have anything. Man. No, I
spray painting jeans to be khakis, so you can go to a country club. Sounds so much like something you've done.
Yeah, I would have done it because I was like, shit. I agreed to do this with my buddy Chris, and I was like, he even told me, he's like, yo, man, this is like real golf, and I was like, yeah, dude, I know how it is. He's like, no, you gotta like. We're going to a place that like has a dress code, and I was like, oh fuck. He's like, do you have a collared shirt? And I was like a polo shirt.
I could make one.
And I was like, well, no. The funny thing is, I remember I was standing. I agreed to do it, and I put on the same uniform I wore to Super Fresh. I was wearing khaki pants and a Super Fresh polo.
With your Super Fresh name tag,
dude. I was like, this works. This is golf.
Yeah.
And then I told him, I was like, oh, I had the pants and I have like a work shirt. And he's like, what do you mean a work shirt? I'm like, yeah, I got like the Super Fresh polo. He's like, dude, I'll just borrow one of mine. So I did. And then he also let me borrow like a white fucking baseball cap, like a golf cap. So I showed up he picked me up. We went. And dude, we walk in and he's got like all the gear. Like this is the thing. Yeah. I don't have shit.
That's one of the best parts of something like a hobby like golf is you get to get geared up.
I mean, yeah, if you want to buy it, I get it. And he was talking to me about like fucking certain clubs and this and that, and the balls that he had were like special this and that. I was like, okay, cool. Luckily, again, for me, this dude, I can't remember if it was his older brother or younger brother. His younger brother, they also had a set of clubs. Like he comes from a family of
golfers.
So like he had all the shit.
Yeah.
So we go and like, dude, again, going into this, I remember being like, so can we drink? He's like, oh yeah, like you could drink. I was like, oh sick. He's like, and then he goes, no, not like how you're gonna drink. It's like not how, like this isn't party time. Like I'm trying to like,
these are golf balls, not disco balls.
So we went to chill, was remember when Waltz's Golf Farm put on the Turtle Creek? Like that was when it was like kind of like brand new, and then kind of like becoming a reputable golf like club. So like he was like, dude, you can't.
This is a while ago.
Yes, dude, very much. This is like, dude, this is like 2009.
This is crazy.
So I go with him, and I'm not like excited, but I am like, yeah, this will be a good day. It's like, it's fucking beautiful out.
Yeah.
Fucking crush beers. And I kept saying crush beers. Like, dude, I want to crush beers too. And the funny thing is, I've talked to multiple people. They're like, yeah, dude, you can crush beers. Like a lot of people golf and they're just like getting drunk. Dude, this guy, Chris, was taking it pretty, not seriously, but more like this was his thing. You know, and he was opening the door to his life to like expose me.
Yeah, but that's the accent for golf. And so what I mean by that is when you're learning a language I use this example a lot. When you're learning a language in like high school and middle school, some people struggle with learning the language because they're too embarrassed to do the accent.
Sure.
Right? If you can do the accent, you can learn the speaking part better because it just makes you feel more connected with the language.
Sure.
Everything that you do has an accent to it. Or there's a part about it that when you do it at first, you feel a little embarrassed and silly.
Well, let's put it this way. He had the great... I was doing cultural appropriation.
Oh, you were. You were doing...
He was speaking perfect Mandarin, and I was like, oh, my God.
Yeah.
I was just...
He was speaking fluent golf. And you weren't even speaking basketball. You weren't even speaking a sports language.
I was doing stereotypical shit. I had heard.
Yeah, he's speaking fluent golf, and I'm speaking dive bar.
Yeah. And it was, so we show up, we get there, we like sign in, and this was, again, now I started feeling not self-conscious, but I was like, shit.
Yeah.
Like we show up.
You put yourself on the record.
Well,
you documented yourself.
Dude, he signed in, and like I was his like, you know, it's almost like when you have a gym membership, like you can bring somebody with you. So he's like, oh, this is my +1, blah, blah, blah. And the guy was like, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. He gave me like stuff to like, not fill out, but like to consider like golfing there, becoming a member, because this guy Chris lied and told him I was like in town for like whatever. So we get out there, dude, and like, dude, I'm excited to 1, drink, 2, drive a golf cart kind of fucked up. I'm like, I'm chomping at the bit.
Yeah, that's innocent, no harm drunk driving. Like there's no crime. There's
What's
no
the worst that could happen?
Yeah,
nothing. And it's like
Tiger Woods a golf cart.
Yeah, right. But even then, I'd just be like,
just pick it back up and get back in.
You just tip it over.
Put the hood back. Put the roof
like
back on.
Legos, dude. So we get out there, and like I remember, I brought beer and I left it in his car. But like I remember in the golf bag, I like took all the fucking golf clubs out, and I was like putting beer in the bottom and then putting the golf clubs on top of it. Dude, they were like sticking out super high. And when I came in there, everyone was looking at me, and I just like tried to pretend like I knew exactly what I was doing. I'd been here before. I was walking the walk. Yeah. So then we get out, and we get out to the first green, or not the green, the I don't even know what it's called, where you fucking, the first point where you drive the fucking ball to get whatever.
The windmill. You got up to the windmill.
So we get out there, dude. He crushes this ball. I mean, like,
of course,
clearly,
he's a golfer.
No, like, dude, but it wasn't just like, you know, you talk to people like, oh yeah, I golf, and like, I wouldn't say he was not an avid golfer, but like, it's kind of like someone's like, yeah, I'm really good at basketball. I'm like, yeah, you're good, but like, are you playing pro? Dude, I watched him hit this fucking ball, and I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
So as we're waiting, there was like another I think like 3 other dudes behind us, like waiting for us to tee off. Oh, the first tee. That's what it is. First tee. To tee off.
And did you show up already teed off?
Dude,
were you idling?
As soon as he hit that ball, I was like, you fucking...
You just start idling.
So I'm following. Keep in mind, I'm following his lead. I knew you needed a driver.
Yeah.
But I was like watching what driver he picked. Because he had 2 of them. And I like looked in my bag and I was like, I just picked like one that looks similar.
Yeah.
Dude, I go up and I'm like, I got this.
Yeah.
Dude, so confident. I hit the bottom of, dude, the divot that came out of the grass was so big. Like, it was not like I just grazed it, dude. I dug into it and he goes, oh no. He's like trying, like, dude. First hit, ball falls. And I'm like, all right, we can just go. He's like, no, dude, you gotta hit the ball. Like, you gotta hit it. So I try again, dude, hit the same spot. And I'm like doing that thing where like I'm trying not to break this club. Because that was my other concern, is not just fucking up this grass, which I am doing. It was more hitting, like I was hitting this club so hard in the ground, like this is going to snap the fucking driver head off. Like this is what's going to happen. So then I took... I went and I got like a wedge. And dude, as soon as I picked up a wedge, you could hear people behind me going like, what is this?
He
like,
wants more divots.
Kind of,
he wants to dig the
like,
China.
I'm trying to purposely fuck up this
You should have took off that baseball hat and put on a propeller cap and started swinging holes into the... Damn, dude. What is wrong with you? That's crazy.
I put the tee back in and I make sure, dude, I took the grass and I piled it up like a little mound. And then I put the tee, dude, and he's just like, Chris is immediately regretting his decision. Like, dude, to the nth degree.
I empathize with this man so much because he's starting to realize very quickly that he invited the Caddyshack gopher to come play golf.
I've been there.
They didn't even have gophers. There was no gopher infestation at this golf club until he invited a human gopher to come destroy.
I immediately cost like $300 for it.
That's crazy.
So
that's crazy.
Then I finally get the tee, like the ball on the tee, and I swing the wedge, dude, and because I was like, dude, I got to hit this fucking ball. Like, let's just move on. I don't give a fuck. Dude, I sliced this ball. This ball goes, I mean, almost a 90-degree angle. Dude. Like, it is so far the other way. And I remember when I hit it pretty well. Like, I didn't, like, just graze it.
You caught it. You caught that ball.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. Like, if I was trying to get it over there, I fucking nailed it, dude. But it went up, and I'm like, hell yeah. And, dude, it's almost like the ball was just like, nah.
Yeah.
It just went the other way. So his ball is like, I don't know, like 150-something yards in one direction. I'm going the other way. He's like, if you want, we can just go to your ball first.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like I don't have to go, like we can just go to, I'm like, yeah, let's go to my, dude, I am in, I guess, the rough. Dude, I'm in like this small wooded.
Well, technically, he's in the rough with you.
Yeah.
You are the rough. He showed up. He's traveling from hole to hole with the rough. He's roughing it.
So then
you're golfing. He's roughing it.
Dude, the best part though. So we get like, dude, my ball is like, it's far enough where we get in the cart. Like I'm digging in the bottom. Like I gotta get a fucking beer in me. I'm like, I gotta have one, maybe to get my bearings straight. So then we get to where my ball is, and like I'm looking for, I can't find the fucking thing. And part of me is like, yo, if I don't find it, what do I do? It's like, oh, it's just a drop. We'll drop your ball somewhere here. And I was like, okay. So I'm looking. I was like, dude, let's just.
It made more sense to drop your ball in an undisclosed location
than
it did to find your ball.
Dude, I could not find this fucking thing.
Yeah, we'll just get a new ball. We'll just give that ball's gone. We'll get you a new ball. We'll name it whatever you want to name it. You can name it Ryan's Golf Ball 2.
I abandoned that ball in the woods, dude. So I'm walking.
That ball's with a good family now.
We put it out on a farm. That ball's been put down, dude. So I'm walking with Chris, and we're like looking, and he's like, I don't see it anywhere. So then I see a ball. And I'm like, I think this is mine. He's like, it was in a Titleist, blah, blah, blah. Like it had a number and a name on it. So I'm like looking at it. And as I'm getting ready to hit this dude, another dude.
Yeah.
Who is in the same boat as me. Not a golfer. Just a dude who was a plus.
Your looper. Yeah, your looper was coming back from the future.
And it was funny because he's walking up. He's wearing
spray paint in his jeans.
Everybody looks exactly the same. Like no one looks anything different. But just the way he was walking over, like, that guy's fucked up. Dude, he comes in and he's holding his golf club, like the driver part is down. He's holding Dude, he's holding it like a reverse axe, just looking around. He's like, yo, I was like, you looking for a ball? He's like, fucking yeah. Yeah. And he's like, this fucking bullshit. I'm like, well, I found this one. He's like, is it, and then he named, like, the ball had like a brand name. I was like,
good for him.
I was like, no. He's like, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. He's like, and then he goes, and I'm with Chris. He's like, actually, that might be mine. I was like, well, is it yours or not? And Chris is like, I don't know if that is his. I was like, yeah. And the guy's like, look, man, how about want to rock, paper, scissors for it? Dude, Chris is getting more and more angry. And I'm like, this is what golf's all about. Yeah. So we rock, paper, scissors for it. I win. And I'm like, sorry, dude. I hope you're fine. He's like, I don't give a fuck, dude. He's like, I don't even know why I'm here. I'm like, yeah, I get you. So then I drive again, dude. I hit the ball. It hits a tree and bounces back. Like, dude, like comical. Yeah, like just bounces back farther. And I look at him and he's like, all right, how about this? Do you just want to drive the golf cart? I was like, dude, I played 18 holes of golf.
Yeah.
Not playing golf. Just.
Well, somebody has to ghost ride the whip.
Yeah, dude.
And this golf cart is going to donut itself. So what are you talking about?
That was the thing.
Everybody's doing their part out there.
The group behind me was like, when we would get to like
you were the designated driver for a golf cart.
They kept, the one guy was really nice. He was like, your first time hitting the green? I was like, I was like, I think I made up some line. Like, actually, I like kind of fucked my wrist. He's like, yeah, I don't know if you did. And I was just like, dude, I just started drinking.
Sure your wrist is fine, sir.
And so then we get back. We do all 18 holes. We were out there for like a couple hours.
Like 3 hours.
Yeah, dude, we were just out there. It was a long game. And like, I just remember being like, it got to a point where every now and again, he would be like, we go to another tee, and he'd be like, yeah, you want to try and hit this one? I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. I'm like, I got like 4 beers in me now.
Yeah. Like, I actually turn around. You're facing the other way. You're swinging into the crowd right now, Ryan. If you could just turn around, please. Thank you.
So then, again, I'm like, I'm not going to use the driver. Like, I'm not going to use that.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right. I was like, and I picked up another like wedge. I'm like, totally got this, dude. I hit it. I missed the tee completely. It just dug out another huge thing of like just another divot. And he's like, dude, you're done.
Yeah.
And I just put it back, sat back in the car, and just drank for the rest of the day. And then we get back to the clubhouse. And this really nice lady, she's like, oh, my God, how was your experience out there? I'm like, you know what? Your grass is really, really like, it really screwed up my game. I started just saying a bunch of stuff. She's like, the grass did? I was like, yeah, you don't understand what's going on with these tees. It's just, like, very, very hard.
Well, people actually complain about the grass a lot at country clubs.
What?
What you just said is a very common
I was
complaint.
Just making shit up,
dude. It is. It's the complaint it's like always the one guy in the. So I worked at a country club for a little while, and there's always one guy, not necessarily the you of the group.
You know what's funny? Before you go on, The more I think about it, when you're like, you haven't played enough golf, and I'm like, I did not play any golf there,
dude. I never questioned my opinion for a second.
Yeah, after I was like, I played golf. No, I was there,
and I think you would agree with me with what I said before, is that you played too much golf. That was too much golf for you.
No, that was play too much golf. Yeah. I was playing too much.
Yeah,
dude.
But no. So I worked at a country club for a little while, and it was like a tennis golf club, country club.
Yeah.
And there was always that one dude that I'm assuming was just losing all the bets, that thought he was going to go in and crush it that day.
Oh yeah.
Would literally complain that on certain green, like the grass was too high, like you couldn't get under the ball properly because the grass was too high, even though everybody that he was playing with used the same grass.
Had no problem.
Not a problem.
Yeah.
But there's always one guy, because there's a certain height that the grass has to be.
Yeah, on the green, definitely. Yeah.
Oh, even off the green, there's a range of height that it's supposed to be.
Oh yeah, I guess. Yeah.
Because you're not off the green isn't the rough. The rough is
there's a green, there's the fairway.
And then there's the rough.
Then there's a rough.
But the fairway, there's like a range of height that the grass has to be for the fairway. And people will literally, dude, not only that, people would complain. We had an Olympic-sized pool at this country club, and the temperature, they had it set to 72 degrees to 75 degrees.
Sure.
If it was 71 degrees, there was always at least two people that had a major issue with that. Like a major issue. Like you got to so because it's 71, you have to put it up to 75 now so it can get up to 72 before I have to leave to go to work type thing. And they would sit on the side of the pool and wait for the temperature to rise 1 degree.
I mean, again, I don't really understand that at all. What is the difference?
If you're paying for something that you're told you're going to get, when you make enough money, you want that thing. I don't make enough money to care about what I get when I buy it. You know what I mean? Like whatever I buy, when I purchase something, that's what I get.
Yeah, that's how it goes.
That's how.
And you deal with it until it's dead or broken.
Or I'm dead.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. An Olympic-sized swimming pool, and you're like, it's not the degree I need. Like, wait, how would they? Did they have like a fucking? Did they have a temperature thing?
There was a thing that told you the temperature of the pool that was like in the pool, so you knew what the temperature of the pool was. As soon as you walk in, it was like that clock, like a temperature gauge.
Yeah. Now here's the thing though, and I'm not empathizing or siding with these people. I am gonna say, if it's all electronically controlled, how are they not able to rate? Like if they saw that it was 71, wouldn't someone be like, oh shit, some fucking retard's gonna bitch about this, we should probably change it before they bitch?
No, because it was probably 72 and then like it just cooled off like a degree over time.
I guess then you always got to keep it set at 74.
Yeah, but then people complain that it's too warm. Dude, it's a country club.
Oh, I'm just saying, like, if it cools off, like the 74 is like the mid-range where like it'll cool and like it'll go from 72 to 75, you know, it'll be in that perfect little bubble for people to shut the fuck up.
So now you're claiming you know Olympic-sized pool science?
What I'm saying
just like you golf. This is like you've been in a pool before.
I'm just going with the numbers, dude. I'm just saying 74 is a happy medium.
Yeah, no, and I understand I understand if humans were rational creatures,
I guess
that would be a good idea. But humans are not rational creatures in any way, shape, or form.
It just, I don't know. I think if I was showing up to a country club, I get, it's like I would just be like, yo, this is cool that there's a big pool and I can go destroy grass out there, and that should I pay. I know I'm going to be wrong with the numbers. I don't know how much. I'm sure it's a yearly due. Is it like
it can be monthly or yearly, depending on.
Okay, let's just say I'm paying $250 a month to be.
It's a little pricey for Atlanta, but yeah.
I thought that was like par for like for country clubs.
There are upgraded packages that can get up that close to that high.
Oh,
but for the most part, you're looking at like $115.
I guess I don't know. I wish there was like a regular. I wish there was a cool guy country club. Like, why doesn't that happen? Why aren't there any regular cool guy country clubs?
You talking about YMCAs?
No.
I know what you're talking about.
Like, just like where it doesn't really matter and everyone just shuts the fuck up, and it's just like, you know, you pay $90 a month and you can go bowling or sit down and just shut up. No one complains. There's no complaints, no complaining allowed. That would be sick.
So who we're going to be talking about today, they're country club people. By the way, we're probably not even going to get to them.
Oh, no?
Dude, there's so much ridiculousness before it even gets there. That how I'm researching this and I'm like, we're not even going to get to the meat of this. This is insane.
Well, here's something I got though, because we were talking about love on the spectrum.
Yeah, and well, before we get into that, let's just remind people to hop on the Patreon.
Oh yeah, get on it. You get a bonus episode. You get the secret unreleased episodes. You become part of the community. All for just $3. It's an amazing deal. It's actually better than a country club.
I think
it's better than a country club. It's just a cool guy.
Yeah,
hang out
because it's black people allowed.
Yeah. Well, on certain days.
Types of black people. Certain types and certain days.
Yeah, certain black Pokemon are not.
We didn't even finish your black Pokemon roster.
Oh, the black
We only know I got Tiger Woods.
You got Tiger Woods.
So, but you have to have one of every kind of black person.
Every kind of black person?
To have a full black Pokemon roster.
What do you mean kind of black person?
Well, first of all, I got the Tiger Woods, so I got that type, right?
What is that type?
He is the
what is that breed?
He's not Jada Kiss. Do you know? Or here's a better spectrum. Here's a better. So you
are right.
You have here's a decent spectrum of black Pokemon.
Give me black on the spectrum.
You have on what we used to believe was the far end on this side was Tiger Woods, but we learned recently that he was not actually that.
Okay.
And I don't know if there is a black Pokemon to represent what we thought Tiger Woods was as a black Pokemon.
What did you think he was as a black Pokemon?
Who's the brain surgeon black guy? That was he was elected as something. He was the head of the HUD. Ben Carson.
Yes, Ben Carson. Yeah,
we thought Tiger Woods was closer to a Ben Carson.
Sure.
Or the black.
Turns out that Tiger Woods is just Clarence Thomas.
More of a Clarence Thomas.
More of a Clarence
Way
Thomas.
More of a and that's what I was about to fish for. Thank you very much for seeing where that was going.
I knew where it was going.
So he ended up being more of a Clarence Thomas.
Yeah.
So it's so in that middle range, we have it's like Tiger Woods, Daniel Cormier,
okay,
John Jones. Then we're getting to like the Jada Kisses, like thug gangster rappers on that other side.
All right, so right? Okay. All right. I'm gonna go with Dred Scott.
What type?
He's like a Charizard.
He's a fire Pokemon.
He's got the fire inside him, dude. He's speaking for black rights, and
that's fair.
You know, he's living in a time where, like, you know, hey, you better watch it, fella. Yeah. But he's speaking so eloquently and well. Everyone's like, I'll give it to him. So he's a Charizard, and then going after that, then I'm going to go with Jesse Owens.
Okay, that's a speed Pokemon. You gotta have a fast.
He's fast. You gotta have a fast one.
Gotta have a fast one.
And then after that, I'm gonna go with. O.J. Simpson. Only because he's like, you know, he's tough. He's like Onyx. He's like that big snake rock. You know what I mean?
Adorable, very adorable.
Yes. And then I'm gonna go, like, you know, take another shade there. I'm gonna go with Keith David. Who's
Keith David?
Incredible actor. He was in Platoon. He was the voice. You may know him if you were into the cartoon Gargoyles. He played the head gargoyle.
Okay,
that was his voice. He was also in Armageddon.
Some gravitas to that voice.
Yeah. Dude, Keith David is an amazing. He was in The Thing. He's such an amazing actor. And so definitely Keith David's in there. He's in the Bad Boy Club, like the big boys. And then moving down, you got to throw a curveball in there. Mm-hmm. Blake Griffin. Does he count?
Yeah, he's a crossover.
Is he? Yeah,
he's a crossover Pokemon.
He's crossing over.
Yeah, he can go both ways.
So that's the thing. That's his Pokemon power.
Yeah. Very mainstream.
Yeah,
Pokemon.
he's mainstream Pokemon. He can walk down the street at any time.
Anytime.
No one
Anytime
cares,
of night.
dude. So then after that, I guess I got to go. Thuggish. I got to get some thugs in there, dude. And who none other than who's like the most thug rapper of all time, do you think?
I don't know, because it turns out that a lot of these thug presenting rappers are gay. They're secretly gay guys. So I don't even know anymore.
I mean,
it's like the thuggier they are, the gayer they are.
Who'd have thunk Tupac would have been so gay?
Dude, I don't know anybody that believed he was straight.
There were people that believed he was straight.
Yeah, but that was like a small percentage of people that wanted to believe that thug presentation was real. Like the people that were trying to present really thuggish,
yeah,
they believed it was real. But the regular black people were like, he's talking weird.
It is wild, and again, nothing against the persona of Tupac. Mm-hmm. What I do find amazing about it is that's a dude who like reinvented himself and then stuck with it and went full method acting.
Oh, he did. Yeah.
And that in my head is like kind of impressive.
It's impressive.
Fall that like into it and just really, really, really get that down with it. And I really do respect it in that way.
Well, it started getting him ladies.
Yeah, sure.
So I almost don't give him credit for sticking with like anything that a man does that starts to get them ladies. Obviously, he's going to stick with that. It's harder to drop that habit.
Yeah, once you get it.
And
you find out the method. Oh my God,
you got it down to a science.
It's done deal.
Dude, Tupac science. He was a Tupacologist. Dude, Tupacology is the greatest science ever. Once you figure out how to get laid.
It's like cracking the atom, dude. You think he went into a room with other rappers like, I've discovered it? Yeah. Other kind of fruity dudes.
Yeah.
Like, what? We haven't been getting any pussy. We're theater nerds. It's like, look, man, if we really lean into this gangster rap shit, we can crush. Mm-hmm. And then we can
get all up in Hiroshima. I don't know what just happened there. Hiroshima. It was in my brain. I needed it out so I could move on.
I like what you did.
I couldn't keep that in my brain.
It was terrible.
It was the worst.
Dude, you know what you just did? You swung a golf club into a divot.
I did.
What that was.
And flipped the golf cart at the same time.
That was a mental golf stroke.
I did.
Dude, you are under par, dude. And then I guess if we're going gangsta, if I need some gangsta dudes, I'm gonna do. You know who is my favorite rapper?
No.
Danny Brown.
Okay.
Is my favorite rapper.
Oh, he's honestly closer to a Clarence Thomas, Tiger Woods version than he is a gangster.
I don't know anything. All I do know is he has really good songs. Mm-hmm. I don't really know anything about the dude.
Yeah,
that's the craziest part. Is like I've heard like a number of his songs, and I'm like, oh, these are really good. Mm-hmm. But I have researched no farther.
Yeah.
I just know that these are good. And I don't need anything else.
Yeah.
And then another Pokemon that I would love to have is the dude from The Whispers.
The Whispers? What is even that?
The Whispers is and we began to rock. Steady.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Steady rocking all night. Really, he just died. The short guy with the kind of your haircut and my mustache. You mean every black person's uncle? Yeah. I would actually love if more black Pokemon just evolved into that guy. That would be the fucking coolest thing in the world.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of whispers. That would be my favorite thing. But so wait, are you going to get into what
I am, but so what we're going to do, I'm going to truncate what we're going to talk about so it can match Love on the Spectrum.
Okay.
So we're going to the two guys that we were going to talk about their beef.
Yeah.
They were. I'm not even going to disclose who it is because we can still talk about them later on. But they were getting it in the 1820s.
1820s.
So obviously, I wanted to set up some context for what the 1820s were like at that time. So I started looking up some cultural things that I identify with, but for the 1820s, just to get an idea of what the 1820s was doing. So the first thing I looked up is to find out what the number one song was
in the 1820s.
In the 1820s, and you can try to guess at it, but I'm going to tell you you're wasting your time because there were no rankings for songs in the 1820s. So you can try your best.
So this is just the number one song, but there's no ranking for the song? This is just the most popular song?
So there really wasn't even, because there wasn't, radio wasn't popular in the 1820s.
Sure.
So there was no, mass listening song that people were rocking to.
Got it.
So Billboard, I think it was the Billboard, they started ranking songs in 1936 with this publication called Hit Parade.
Sure, yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so they had a number one song for that, which was, what was it called? The Hit Parade. The very first song ranked number one on Billboards was Stop, Look, Listen by Joe Venuti.
I have no idea what that...
Dude, I think I might have some of these
queued
up.
Look and listen to your neighbors. Help them out wherever you can. They're your neighbors.
That's basically what...
I can only imagine, a song... from that time is very just very, very.
Just stop looking. This is the popping.
Yeah.
Tom and Jerry music. Right? It's crazy.
This is the song that Tom plays when he's just making food.
Yes. Yeah.
Walking through the house.
So here's where your brain is going to start coming in. What do you think the all-time number one Billboard song is for the history of humankind?
For the history of humankind?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, fuck. Well, I'm willing to bet it's either Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, or possibly Queen.
Okay. Oh, okay. I like what you're doing there.
It's one of them in my head, because you have to look at one, how unstoppable was Michael Jackson? Mm-hmm.
The most.
It's he was a music bulldozer. Even if you didn't really enjoy Michael Jackson, you were you couldn't. It's hating. It's like hating Michael Jordan. Yeah. You could hate Michael Jordan all you wanted, but you couldn't argue with what he did.
The king
at all.
He is the king.
I look at so maybe Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston again. Whitney Houston became this it wasn't a renaissance of female pop. But she became, another, unstoppable force, especially going into the late 80s, into the early 90s. Mm-hmm. It was, again, almost if you think about people from that time who were just, not, I wouldn't even say, great songs, but just, unstoppable radio hits. Mm-hmm. You had someone like Michael Jackson and Whitney Houston that were just crushing hits. And then you have... a more blanketed rock thing, because rock was still on top. Yeah. It pop was getting there, but rock music from the 70s, 80s, going into the 90s was still crushing. So, and then you have to look at the time, and then you have to look at again, Live Aid, Queen from Live Aid with their live performance, that was also played. Their live performance of that was played on the radio, and that got on the Billboard charts. But I'm not sure. Mm-hmm. But I'm going to say it's either Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, or Queen. But I'm going to lean more towards Queen in 1981, 2 or 3. I can't remember when fucking Live Aid happened. But I'm going to go with Queen, Radio Gaga.
Okay. Do you want that's not the answer. Do you want the answer or do you want a hint?
Give me a hint.
Okay. You're going to mix Queen, Michael Jackson, and Whitney Houston together into one person.
Oh my God.
It is like, dude, it's probably
that sounds so sexually confusing.
Dude, wait till you hear, once you hear the answer, I think it'll make sense.
Who is it?
It is Blinding Lights by The Weeknd. The 2019 hit Blinding Lights by The Weeknd is the number one all-time Billboard song.
For real?
Yes. And I'm going to let you...
I would have never guessed that.
I'm going to give you an opportunity to redeem... Who would?
I would have... Dude, if
That's crazy.
Like, when you think number one worldwide, you're like, well, clearly because of, like, the oversaturation of music in the last 20 years, it would be so much harder to pinpoint who's the number. Like, and people don't even listen to the radio anymore. It's like, I was thinking more like, yeah, it's got to be 80s, 90s, if that.
You know what pushed him over the top was the pandemic, and then his song also during the pandemic became part of TikTok challenges. There were multiple TikTok challenges that revolved around that song. And then it just got in the zeitgeist so much that it got streamed relentlessly.
That makes sense.
Right? So, who do you think he overtook? Number two.
As a number two?
The number two all time.
So
that
this
was
is
overtaken by The Weeknd.
So this is the thing. Now that you're talking about bullshit TikTok, fuck. So again, I'm gonna have to revert back. I'm gonna have to go back to Michael Jackson.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to go back to Michael Jackson, and I'm gonna say either Thriller or Smooth Criminal.
Dude, those are great answers. That was my guess. My guess was Michael Jackson, and I was probably leaning more towards Thriller. Right?
Yeah, I mean Thriller was just unstoppable.
It was unstoppable. Everybody, like even my kids, were like, Michael Jackson. That's that guy you guys keep talking about that used to be black and is now white. Like you guys always say that he was really popular. It's him, right?
Yeah.
So even my kids thought it was Michael Jackson. Dog, it is The Twist by Chubby Checker.
Whoa! Now that, you know what? So here's the thing. If I did not take Dance Craze into...
That's got to be, though. That's the biggest mover of music.
Dude, Dance Craze music. Do we even have one of those anymore?
No, I mean, the Electric Slide or the Cha-Cha was like the last one that I really
honestly,
remember.
I think the fucking Soulja Boy.
Oh,
the Superman. And then you teach me how to Dougie?
No, the Superman wasn't a dance.
It was a dance.
No. They turned it. The Superman is a sexual.
I know,
thing.
But they turned it into a dance.
Yeah, but it wasn't. It didn't really take off like the Twist did or the Electric Slide, because the Electric Slide isn't also a sex move. The Cha-Cha Slide.
You're not trying hard
dude,
enough.
The Cha-Cha Slide, maybe.
Put your left hand in.
Cha-Cha now. Wait, yeah. Turn around.
Go to work.
Yeah.
I'm telling you.
Dude, Chubby Checker, right? That's Chubby Checker.
That is Chubby.
Right now, he is The Weeknd. Maybe I'm just like saying two light-skinned black people look alike.
You're saying maybe Chubby Checker evolved into The Weeknd like a Pokemon?
I think that is the evolution of of Chubby Checker.
I mean, yeah, he does. They do look very similar.
Yeah, they're both black.
Well, no, like in that
right?
That picture right there.
Dog, that's
they look
crazy.
very similar.
And it's crazy that they're number one and number two all time, 1960 and 2019. Man. They're basically the same person in different eras.
That is wild.
Isn't that crazy?
That is crazy. And it's funny, I mean, not to harp on The Weeknd tomorrow. I would have never guessed The Weeknd.
No.
I would have, and you know,
I forgot
that person. I forgot that person existed until right now.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck.
All
right.
So, and just to, I also got the top 25 all time because I needed to see Michael Jackson's name. I just needed to be right. I couldn't.
Wait, we're on the top 25.
This is all time.
Okay, were Whitney Houston, Queen, and Michael Jackson on the top 25 at any point in time?
Let's see. I'm looking through it now, and so I'm gonna just all the names that I'm seeing from. All right, The Weeknd, Chubby Checker, Santana featuring Rob Thomas.
Oh, Smooth.
Yes, Smooth is number 3 all time. Yeah, isn't that fun?
That's great, but
it's fun though.
I would just be like, yeah, I understand that song was popular, but fuck. All right, number 3,
Bobby Darin, Mark Ronson featuring Bruno Mars for Uptown Funk, Leanne Rimes, LMFAO featuring Laura Bennett.
Oh my God!
So Party Rock Anthem, the Black Eyed Peas, Los Del Rio, Ed Sheeran, Olivia Newton-John, Debbie Boone, The Beatles. That was Hey Jude. The Chainsmokers featuring Halsey with Closer, Mariah Carey, Toni Braxton, Lil Jon and Ludacris with Usher, Lil Jon and Ludacris.
Yeah, that was a crush.
Kim Carnes, Post Malone with Circles, Lionel Richie and Diana Ross with Endless Love, Rod Stewart, Jewel, Bryan Adams, Boyz II Men, I'll Make Love to You, and last, number 25, Percy Faith in his orchestra with the theme from A Summer Place. That's your top 25. Not a single Michael Jackson or Whitney Houston song in the top 25.
Absurd.
Isn't that crazy? Or Taylor Swift. She's not in there either.
You know what's funny? When you started saying, like, when you said Post Malone, I was like, oh, I know fucking Taylor Swift's going to be on this list now.
Right.
Like, I know, or even when you said LMAFO, I was like, oh, the wheels are off on this. Like, it's just... Nobody, it's okay.
It's like,
oh, we're not even trying anymore.
You're like, it's like going up to somebody with a gun and saying, name a song. Yeah. Name song.
Any song. Yeah, well, it's number 15. Now I don't have to kill you.
Yeah.
Fuck. All right. Whatever.
So that, and again, that was me trying to get context for 1820. That's the tangent that I got off on.
You put on the Party Rock anthem like 1820.
All right. So since there's no basic music in the zeitgeist because it's just not there yet for society.
Sure.
Most of the music that people are playing commonly is like sheet music. This is back when the piano was still popping.
Yes.
Everybody had a piano in their house.
You gotta crush that fucking. Like, you gotta crush the keys.
Dude, every party you had to invite at least a couple people that played the piano.
Yes.
Right. So, all right. Can't get that context. Obviously, there's no TV and stuff. There's no movies and shows. So I'll go, what about crazy laws?
Sure.
For the 1820s,
sure.
Right? That'll give you a sense of the culture. Obviously, slavery is still a thing.
Was that a crazy law?
A lot of those.
Sidney, I know some people would say that law is not that crazy.
I mean, I think it's a little wild, personally.
How are we going to protect our Skittle trees? Our Skittle trees are constantly under fire.
That was the peak of Skittles trees, by the way. All the laws revolved around protecting Skittles trees, which makes sense to me. So I guess they're not that crazy when you think about it.
I'm telling you. Our Skittle harvests have gone down.
What do you think? We're not going to taste the rainbow? What do you
have to do this?
All right. So here are some of the fun laws that we were able to get to. Right.
Okay.
So there were still a lot of Sunday blue laws, right?
Sure.
And those were laws that basically were trying to keep the sanctity of Sunday, keeping it religious. And obviously, towns restricted what they called unchristian behavior on Sundays. So chores were banned on Sundays.
Unchristian.
Certain sales of things, like definitely alcohol. You could what was it? You couldn't work on your horses. You couldn't work on your farm.
Yeah, you couldn't work.
Do farm and shit. Yeah. It was basically like some teenage boy made up blue laws.
He just was like, you know what? It's funny living in Pennsylvania. So there's statewide blue laws that are on, but there's blue laws, and then there's Quaker law that has fucked a bunch of things up in Pennsylvania for a really long time.
Yeah.
And they're really contradictory and weird too. So like one thing that is crazy is Pennsylvania has a very rich boxing history. Quaker law prevented bare knuckle boxing in the state of Pennsylvania up until 2 years ago. And it was like when people think about bare knuckle boxing, like it took place around Pennsylvania, but it never took place in it. And it was funny, even certain mixed martial arts like weren't allowed in Pennsylvania because Quakers were like, all right, we don't like, we're pacifists, but you can concuss a man with gloves on to a point of possibly dying, but no kicks. No kicks, no chokes. Or you can do it with like, certain types of little things, but no bare knuckle. Dude, it was so
you do know bare knuckle boxing is gayer than remember it to be. Because you know that stance that they have?
Oh, yeah, I know, yeah.
The reason why they had that stance is because in bare knuckle boxing, they didn't hit each other in the face. Because boxing was like their number one job.
Sure.
And hitting people in the forehead would break their knuckles. So it was all body shots.
Yeah.
So Pennsylvania was like, that's gay. No, put gloves on. We want to see people knocked unconscious.
Yeah, I'm also tired of this fight going 99 rounds.
Can we not do that? Can we please not do that?
I have shit to do.
It's almost Sunday and I want to farm. I need to do my farming before Sunday.
These laws are killing.
They're killing. So also a current blue law in Pennsylvania is no car sales are allowed on Sundays. You can't buy or sell a car on Sunday in Pennsylvania.
For real?
Yeah, that's the current blue law.
I would have never. Now how strictly is that enforced?
I don't know if they can really enforce it on the black market.
Sure.
So like black people are still buying and selling cars.
But if FC Kerback, they are playing it to a T, dude.
Not happening.
Barbera plays the game.
Yeah.
Gary Barbera don't play that shit.
Now, here is what I was going to tie into your love on the spectrum stuff.
Sure.
Right? Sure. So, this was a law in 1820. They were called criminal conversation laws.
Sick.
So, I'm going to let you guess one time, and then I'm going to tell you and let you guess again.
Criminal conversation, I mean, if we're going in a literal sense, you can't conspire to commit murder, rob a bank, or do any type of felonious activity. Criminal conversation laws. But if we're going more morality stature, I guess you'd have to go into like criminal conversation law would be any type of vulgarity out in public, like a disturbing the peace or disorderly conduct or something. Like screaming obscenities in the street would be a criminal conversation law.
Okay, that makes sense. Criminal conversation suits, men could sue other men for alienating the affections of their wives. So if you kick game to my dame.
Oh, yeah. If you hit on your wife.
If you kick game to my dame.
Your Honor, she said she had a fat ass. Said she was looking good.
But my wife has to be like, oh.
Oh, yeah. If you hear your wife go, ooh.
Yeah. I could sue you. If you make my
Your
wife,
Honor, she went, oh.
Or if you even just make her look back at you.
Yeah,
if you kick game to my dame, and since you did that, she ain't the same.
Yeah.
I can sue you.
In the 1800s, that's tough, dude.
No, by the way, that's what I thought it was.
Oh.
Right? Because again.
Oh, I thought that was the thing.
So the thing is, again, how it first describes it, it says men could sue other men for alienating the affections of their wives. Right?
Yes.
So then
you can't covet the neighbor's wife.
So let me look into the details of this because this is crazy, right? It wasn't that. Criminal conversation was if you banged my wife, I can now sue you for alienating the affection of my wife because conversation in the 1820s was a euphemism for sex. So, and here's the deal. It was really different. Like you could get crazy money for these.
Sure.
Up to $20,000 in 1820.
And that's $1 bazillion now.
Dude, $568,000. You could sue a person for banging your wife and making her not want to bang me anymore. You understand what I'm saying? Like you.
But doesn't this make way for like adultery laws? Didn't it form the criminal conversation law? Mm-hmm. Isn't that now what would be an adultery law? Wouldn't that be adultery?
So there is no technical technically there is no adultery law. What it's called is alienating the affection of. Like it's called a tort, not a law, but that's the tort, and that still exists. But this was they're called heart balm laws. That's like the category of them. And this like criminal conversation, alienating the affection, and there's like a couple other ones.
Criminal conversation,
dude. And so here's the crazy part about it: it's almost impossible to prove that people had sex.
Sure.
Right. So the evidence for it was, like if you found a letter, you needed inclination.
You needed an old timey perfume smelling letter,
dude. Yes.
you needed one of those like white hankies women used to give to men. He gave her clothing.
Yeah. So it was like you need to test
flowers,
but in criminal conversation court, the husband, the wife, and the alleged were not allowed to testify.
So it had to be
all eyewitnesses and shit, like servants. It was all servants. So all you're basically your whole entire house staff would come testify that they saw your wife going into a locked room with another man, or holding hands, or kissing, or like exchanging glances. So the most famous one,
dude. Those wonky-eyed bitches were probably getting thrown under the bus.
Dude, cockeyed hoes.
Look at her looking at him.
Yo, they wore visors like horses. Yeah.
Oh no!
That's what those big hats were for the ladies.
Exactly.
They couldn't
Dude, I don't doubt it.
Yeah,
I don't doubt that big hats was a way to like get ladies from stop looking around.
Yeah. So there was this one big case with Queen Caroline. This happened in England.
Sure.
And basically, the king was trying to accuse this queen of infidelity, so she could get stripped of her royalty, and he can go on kinging.
Sure. Kick it up.
And so there's a tent or bed evidence that became like law.
Okay.
And what happened? So they were on like an Italian cruise, and the wife apparently was hooking up with like some Italian that worked for the family.
Sure.
And the help saw them in a tent on the deck together, and then in a bed on the deck together.
Whoops.
Uh-oh.
Well, that's the thing. If your help sees you, I guess like what do? Do you try to bribe the help then? Like that seems like a whole lot of like hearsay.
It is. It's all hearsay.
You know what I mean? That just seems
hearsay.
wild. Like that was even used as long as it was. How long was that used for?
Quite a while.
That's
until
insane,
like somewhat recently. And then one of the big pieces of evidence that people would get got with is if the accused, like the man that was trying to criminally conversate with my wife, if he was anywhere near a room where the wife was bathing.
I mean, that's just creep shit. That's just creep shit, regardless of what's going on.
I mean, that's what it is. It's criminal creeping. It's because every guy's not like landing the chick.
Sure.
You know what I mean? If he's just like creeping around the chick, like trying to smell the perfume in the room she was just
trying to see if you bathing in there.
Trying to see what you leaving that water, girl.
You ain't gonna give me no play, but I'll watch you bathe.
Yeah, let me see that, man. Let me see.
I know you're bathing in 6 pieces of different clothing, but let me see you bathe.
Let me take a sip of that bath water. Let me taste that broth you've been soaking in.
Ew.
I'm just creeping.
I'm just creeping. Yeah, I guess there's creep laws.
Oh, yeah.
Like, prowling was a law. You can prowl. You don't see anybody prowling anymore.
Dude, the inclination and opportunity was cracking me up, though. Like, you need inclination, which is you want to bang.
Sure.
And then you have the opportunity to bang.
To bang.
That's it. So any guy that was near your wife when you weren't around, you can divorce your wife. She's tainted. She was near another man.
He had the inclination. And because you were by yourself, he had the opportunity to just... So basically it's like, you know what? I'm divorcing my wife because she could have been raped.
Yes. Yeah.
Dude, what a bullshit law, dude.
That's cheating. Getting raped.
It
Getting raped in 1820.
In the 1820s? Yeah,
adultery.
dude. That is wild as shit, dude. Good Lord. Well, that's a bullshit law.
Isn't that crazy?
Those are the craziest. Well, they're not the craziest law. I think what's funny? They're not the craziest law because like some crazy laws are like, you can't walk into town with a duck on Mondays.
Yes,
like,
that's what I was hoping for.
That's a crazy law.
That's what I was hoping for.
Because it's goofy.
Yeah.
However, like when you hear that, that's a crazy law because it went on so long. Like the duck law is like, yeah, that's retarded because that was somebody like, who was a councilman, had a problem with another guy and made up an odd law that would only affect one person and he was trying to make it illegal. That is just bonkers that everyone's like, yeah, that makes sense. She was by herself.
Yeah.
She's a bitch.
Salacious whispers was another evidence. Yo, you whisper.
Were they number 25 on the charts?
Salacious whispers. And now by Salacious Whispers.
Cock steady by Salacious Whispers.
Dude, seeing a woman dancing to music while another man is nearby.
Oh no.
Out of here.
That's grounds.
Dude, the Billboard 100 ended so many relationships. Radio ended so many relationships.
That's why the town of Footloose was the way it was. Because they were so afraid. They were so
You better stop, look, and listen. You better stop, look, and listen and make sure there are no witnesses around while you're dancing. Stop, look, and listen.
Oh, my God. We definitely did it.
I think we did it.
We definitely did it. And you know what? I think we're better for learning such a bullshit.
Yes. You got to know these things. You got to know these things.
Dude, the history of American law is beyond retarded.
Crazy. And again, I was just trying to get an understanding of what 1820 was like so we could talk about a different thing.
You know what's funny? I'm pretty sure that's how everyone in 1820 was like. They're like, let's just try and understand this so we can move on to the 1900s. This is bullshit. Let's never go back to that. Oh my God, yeah, we definitely declared war on laws, golf for the most part, and black Pokemon.
Yes.
The evolution of black Pokemon.
Let's go.
Which I also will say another good black Pokemon that has definitely changed, Al Sharpton. He has evolved and de-evolved like you wouldn't believe.
Dude, if you have an Al Sharpton Pokemon, that is like Johto League shit.
That's wild.
Yeah.
You just can't. Like,
that's high level.
That's especially
that's high level.
If you have all three evolutions of Al Sharpton.
Yeah.
You win, dude.
I know, dude. I only had this Rodney King Pokemon. It keeps getting fucked up. It sucks. As soon as it comes out of the ball, it gets fucked up. It doesn't want to come out of the ball. Other Pokemon want to come out of the ball, sir.
It's just trying to live its life. Once again, make sure you get on that Patreon. You get a bonus episode, secret unreleased episode, and become part of the community, all for just $3. If you're in Philadelphia on the 30th of May, come check me out at Phil and Mocha. I'll be doing Awful Wrestling there. Please come out.
Gotta start promoting that more.
Yeah, come out.
Yeah, that's like
May 30th.
That's something people are going to want to see you do.
It's a great time. Yeah. I'm going to be wrestling the one and only John Lalu. Woo! So get on that tip. Make sure you pick up the book Solomon. Over 375 copies sold. Please get on that tip. We're going to switch over to Patreon. We do this every Sunday. I've been Ryan Shannon. This has been Sidney Gantt, and this has been World War Fun. We'll see you next Sunday.